So today I'm just going to show you how to do an ILS landing in FSX. I'm flying an IFR flight from Cincinnati to Columbus, and the air traffic controller has just told me to start, or started to navigate me towards the runway so that I can perform the ILS. So right now, with GPS in front of me, or that I have up, I'm going to be landing at runway 28 left. I don't know if you just saw it, but I switched my GPS or nav slash GPS switch on the nav. You will need to do that, otherwise the ILS won't work. Alright, so I'm getting the frequency through the GPS, 28 left, it's 1087, and I'm just going to push enter, and it automatically enters it into my radio. I'll show you what I do with that here in a second. And right now I'm just selecting the approach as 28 left. You don't need to do this, I just do it so I can use my GPS to see how far away I am. Screwing around with the GPS, but I opened up the radio stack and you'll see that 1087 is in the nav 1 on standby. I click the switch in the middle to switch it to the active, and I push the nav 1 call button, and when you're close enough you'll hear some beeping. That's normal, you want to hear that. It's just the Morse code for that identifier, which is KCMH. Alright, here's the beeping that I was talking about.
Southwest 1385, turn right heading 110.
Alright, now getting closer, 25 nautical miles away. I started to slow down and take a look at my altitude. That's 2,700. They'll usually put you around somewhere around there, 2,500 to 2,800 feet. All I'm going to need to do during this is slow down and put my flaps down accordingly. I'll do that in a second. And right here is an important part. Take a look at my air traffic control window. Once they say that I'm cleared for the ILS approach, I'm going to turn to that heading, which is 310 right now, and wait until I'm at 310. Once I'm at that heading, I'll turn off the heading hold and turn on the approach, which on this aircraft is APP. I will not touch the altitude hold. That will go off automatically once I've captured the glide slope. And here's a little bit of lag right here, sorry about it. But yeah, right now the approach hold switch is on. I've turned the heading off. Remember to keep the altitude on, and the aircraft is automatically lining itself up with the runway. And over on the left side above the attitude screen, it says below GS, which is glide slope. That light should be on. Once it turns off, you'll start descending, and it is okay if it comes back on during the descent. It'll auto-correct itself. And I don't know if you can see it, below the attitude indicator, it says Baro, B-A-R-O, 820. It usually says 200, but you can, that's how high up the runway is from sea level, I think. But you can push Shift F10 if you have a IFR flight plan open and scroll down to the airport and it'll say the altitude. So you can change that by the knob next to the barometer there on the left side. You don't need to do that, it's just, it helps so when you know that you're 100 feet above the runway. Right here, I believe I've added full flaps. I'm setting my final approach speed to about 146 knots. I cleared the land, so I'm going to lower the gear. It doesn't matter exactly when you lower your gear. You just then you arm the speed brake, which will help you slow down. You can do that by pushing Shift and forward slash. I just wanted to get a view here of the airport. Once again, sorry about the lag. Pretty much just let the aircraft do its own thing. And there you can see the altitude that you're at. According to the ILS. And I'll show you what to do once that says 100 feet. I think I waited 80 because it's 8:15, but I had to set it to 8:20 like I talked about earlier because it only goes by the 10s. Alright, so here I pause it. I'm about 80 feet above the runway. I'm going to turn off all of the autopilot hold switches, like the approach and the speed, and reduce my thrust to idle, which I accidentally forgot to do. I'll do it here in a second. You can do that by either moving your throttle down all the way or pushing F1. I flare. The speed brakes automatically deploy, and then I push and hold F2, which throws the engines into reverse thrust. That's pretty much it. It's relatively simple once you understand what you're doing with the frequency, or the radio frequencies here. I open up the stack. Yep, so just remember to keep your altitude hold switch on. That will turn off automatically once it's climbed to the glide slope, so don't worry about it. Just make sure you get the frequencies right. And that's pretty much it. That's all you need to do. And then flare up.